Am I live? Hopefully I am. Well, if not, if you're a ghost watcher, if you could give me a good in the chat, I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, let me do a little rewind and do my intro. Welcome back, y'all, to Pills, Potions, and Poisons with me, NAllenRx. I'm a pharmacist. But I'm not here in a professional capacity. However, I do have expert level knowledge and information that I can share with you guys. There's just one thing I need you to keep in mind while we're here for the show, okay? And what's that, Allen? I'm not your pharmacist. I'm not your pharmacist. I'm not a pharmacist. So what are we talking about tonight? We're getting a little bit of an early start. So tonight we're still in Altoona, Pennsylvania, the Keystone State. Remember that, guys. Y'all know I always have to give y'all a little fifth grade lesson. Hopefully I'm on here. Give y'all a fifth grade lesson, just in case y'all one day are you smarter than a fifth grader? So we're in the Keystone State. We're talking about our guy, Luigi Mangione. He's still being held in Pennsylvania, not for the murder charge, but for some other stuff like I think having some kind of printer gun, something like that. But just in case you've been hiding under a rock this past week, he is the one. He's a person of interest in the shooting murder of the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, Brian Thompson. Hold on. Brian Thompson. And up to this point, it's been a lot of speculation about, what his motive is, if he's worked alone, what could be the driving force? Does he have some relative? What issue did he have with insurance? And if you guys have had any type of experience with any issues with insurance, please drop it in the chat. Get active in the chat as you're coming in. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can see me. And let me know. Drop all of your complaints right here at 1-800-ALLEN-RX or NAllen007. Drop your complaints about your insurance. Drop them in the chat, okay? Drop them in the chat. It's okay. I respond to complaints all the time. As a pharmacist, I have a lot of experience with you guys and your dissatisfaction with your insurance. So, as I was searching on Beyonce's internet today, looking up information about, this case about this guy, Luigi, still coming up with my own speculation about what this could be about. Because it's all leading to like, okay, well, it seems like it's an insurance issue, but you never know, not for sure. So what's this guy's connection? Does he know Brian outside of this, whatever, what have you? Well, what I found was Luigi himself suffers from a chronic pain condition. I don't know if that x-ray that's on my thumbnail, if it's accurate or if it's been verified that it's his spine. But if it is, he posted it. If it is, then we're going to look into his condition and get a little bit more information about that, okay? So, Mr. Pharmacist, we got to give you that perspective of it. People who have chronic pain, everybody knows that pain conditions, it doesn't just necessarily affect your body physically, not just physically. It could be, you could have mental issues. It could cause emotional distress. It could cause a number of different things, behavioral issues. It could lead to violence, which is possibly what happened in this case. But we're gonna look into first we're gonna look at his arrest video. He made a statement while he was being arrested. Okay, we're gonna do that first. Then we're gonna look at, health condition. Then we're gonna do a little bit of discussion about this chronic pain management and issues that people have with their insurance. Okay, y'all. So regulators, we got 2 people in the chat. I mean, y'all get the rest of y'all ninja watchers. It ain't like a million of y'all, but look at it anyway. Let me see this regulators. Well, what I always say anyway. I'm gonna see y'all early in the show. Mount up. RPG was giving me the side eye before the stream even started. Did I click on it? Y'all know it's early, so my house guests, they here. They in here. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, but fortunately. Yes, thank you, RPG, for commenting in the chat early. Thank you. Hope you slide on back up in here when you get a chance. Nina Simone, sun in the sky. She says, good evening. I imagine you guys can hear me and see me, hopefully. But okay, y'all, so let's get into it. Let's weigh in, guys. Let's weigh in. So let me pull up this here for you guys. Wait, oh no. I'm supposed to be showing y'all the video first. Hold on. The arrest video. Dang. Okay, hold on. Hold on just a second. Can I get a good if you can hear me and see me? And if y'all can hear that squeaky toy in the background. Okay. Okay. All right. I always like to turn the captions on. Okay, here we go. This is where he was arrested in Pennsylvania, Altoona. Let's see.
Outside this Pennsylvania courthouse as accused killer Luigi Mangione arrived for his extradition hearing and erupted in an angry outburst.
Completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people.
He said, completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people. What is?
The suspect shackled, but a team of deputies still forcing him inside. Mangione is fighting extradition to New York, where he's facing second-degree murder charges in the assassination-style killing of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. He's also facing local gun and forgery charges in Pennsylvania.
If you're an American, you believe in the American criminal justice system, you have to presume him to be innocent. And none of us would want anything other than that if that were us in their shoes.
Tonight, he's being held without bail at this nearby state prison. Mangione appearing calm in court this afternoon after that outburst outside. New York Governor Kathy Hochul said in a statement she will sign the governor's warrant sought by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office for Mangione's extradition. Earlier tonight, police releasing images of Mangione Monday inside the McDonald's where he was arrested, taking down his mask to eat a hash brown just moments before a worker called police.
Yeah. Let me know what y'all think about this in the chat, and we'll get into it a little bit deeper as we go. He look a little distressed right there, low key, but then he kind of looks like he's not he's not present.
Police, fellow customers doing a double take.
My one friend made the comment. He thought it was. He goes, "Don't that look like the shooter from New York?" We pretty much laughed about it.
When police arrived and asked Mangione if he had recently visited New York City, he became quiet.
Became visibly nervous, kind of shaking at that question, and he didn't really answer it directly.
It was a 5-day manhunt that gripped the nation. Local and federal law enforcement releasing several rounds of photographs of the alleged killer, masked and on the move.
Law enforcement is really only as good as the public helping them. That's really the bottom line, that you cannot effectively police a community unless you have the community with you.
After getting on an electric bike following the shooting, authorities say he was able to escape New York by bus, leaving behind a backpack full of Monopoly money and a Tommy Hilfiger jacket. Police say he made it to the small city of Altoona, Pennsylvania, about 300 miles from New York. But the victim, Brian Thompson, the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, was in New York from Minnesota and walking alone to an annual investors meeting at the Hilton Hotel on West 54th Street when he strolled by his killer.
I don't think it's a surprise that he picked the location that he picked, because it gave him a tremendous audience. And from that vantage point, he clearly has been successful. I mean, this is all people can talk about now.
Shortly before 7 a.m., authorities believe the shooter was allegedly lying in wait, as seen in this video obtained by ABC News, before opening fire with a weapon that appeared to have a silencer. A confidential NYPD assessment obtained by ABC News says Mangione appeared to view the targeted killing of Thompson as a symbolic takedown of UnitedHealthcare over perceived corruption. Mangione likely views himself as a hero of sorts, who has finally decided to act upon such injustices, as the police assessment claims.
So it's a cause-driven crime. They lock on It gives them a purpose, and they believe the only way they can advance their cause is to do something outrageously violent.
Mangione may have been inspired by the Unabomber, according to that same law enforcement analysis. Like Ted Kaczynski, whose 17-year bombing campaign killed 3 and injured 23 people, the NYPD's analysis says Mangione may become a martyr. ABC News also obtained a copy of what police say is the alleged killer's handwritten screed. It says these parasites simply had it coming.
All right, y'all. What you think so far? Oh, wait. I ain't have it on here. Hold on. Okay, it is on here. I'm tripping. Okay, so yeah, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? So far, that was him. That was him being arrested, right? He made a what was the statement that he made? Let me take this down. Hold on, y'all. All right, what did he say? He said, as he was going into, well, as he was being arrested, he said, you guys are completely out of touch, and it's an insult to the intelligence of the American people. What is an insult to the intelligence of the American people? So to me, so far, we got the monopoly money. Monopoly, that's one thing. Then with deny, defend, oppose, I get it mixed up every time. Those words on the shell casings. And to me, at this point, now knowing a little bit about his health condition, shooting him in the back is a part of the symbolism as well. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the chat. Do y'all think this is something that's going to be ongoing with this? So we need to know about Brian, not Brian. We do need to know about Brian, but we kind of don't at this point. I was so stuck on I had tunnel vision with Brian and his own personal life and his personal affairs. That was me halfway kind of victim blaming, low key. I was wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong. I'm that kind of person. I can admit when I'm wrong. Because after, getting a little bit more information about the suspect, the person of interest, now it feels like, okay, he had his own issues with the insurance. He had his own, health conditions. He had his own personal reasons why he did what he did. It just so happened to be at this point, his issue was with UnitedHealthcare, and Brian happened to be the CEO. He had issues with Blue Cross Blue Shield. We're gonna talk about it though. We're gonna get into it. So let me let's talk about this, about Luigi's issue. Why can't I keep saying Luigi? That just seemed like a lot to keep saying for some reason to me. Y'all know. But anyway, let's stay focused. I got my own issues with insurance. They sent me a bill. I told y'all about that when first of all, they sent me to this random place to go and get this that last iron infusion that I feel like it didn't work. I need to get iron again. I just got some more blood work. They didn't do right. They didn't do right. And y'all might not believe this, but as a healthcare provider, as person part of the healthcare team, your drug, your drug is, some of y'all still say the drug is. I have my own issues with insurance. So don't think that, it's just limited to just, you. Don't feel like it's a personal attack on you. It's everybody. Anybody can get it. So let's talk about his Luigi's health condition. Hold on, y'all. All right, I don't need to share this like that. I'm getting it. I was just on here. I know I told you I was going to come back to talk about Jamie Foxx, which I still might talk about that later on in the separate stream. I watched it. It was good. It was, y'all know, I'm going to go ahead and spoiler alert. That Diddy situation was a joke. It's just like a, off color comment, because this is going on in the news right now. But anyway, so let me do this. Share screen, maybe like this. All right. Ta-da. Add to the stage. Okay, can y'all see that? Let me know if you can. All right, so here we go. The shooter Mangione appeared to discuss spine issues on Reddit. This is him. This is Luigi. Luigi, he's the man. I ain't logged in. Y'all can see that. It don't matter. The man charged with murder in the fatal shooting of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson appeared to frequently discuss what he claimed were his health troubles online, offering a glimpse of the issues that he described navigating as a young adult. Mangione, 26, appeared to operate a Reddit profile where he detailed health issues including back pain, brain fog, and sciatica. Several posts were made on a section of the site known as a subreddit dedicated to the spinal condition spondylolisthesis. I think that's how you pronounce it. I looked up a YouTube video. I'm going to play it for y'all. That's how you use YouTube, okay? Spondylolisthesis. Okay? Uh-oh. Several details appear to link the profile to Mangione, and a 2016 post contained a link to a page on GitHub. I don't know what this is. A coding website with Mangione's full name on it, okay? Law enforcement sources told ABC, whatever, which has since been taken down, is being reviewed for additional details about the extent of the injuries mentioned. A Reddit spokesperson, okay, regarding the page that their policy is to suspend accounts that may potentially be related to suspects in high-profile criminal investigations. So they're saying they took it down. While the post suggests a spinal surgery was a significant moment in his life, the author of the post said the procedure left him pain-free, and he frequently encouraged others to undertake similar procedures. We're going to talk about that too. One of Mangione's apparent posts on the Spondo subreddit dated to February of 2024, earlier this year, referred to having had a surgery for the condition 6 months prior, so the end of 2023. Yeah, I had L5-S1 spinal fusion 6 months ago after 1.5 years of failed conservative treatment. Within 7 days of the fusion, I was on 0 pain meds. That's probably faster than most folks. But my point is just that your body isn't supposed to be in pain and need meds. So it's kind of making me think, as a pharmacist, he was on pain meds chronically. Some people don't want to take meds. Some people don't have a problem taking them. He felt like he was too young to have to be on pain medication like that. And he looked like he was, kind of active, and he was working out. Yeah, like a 12-pack. Even after getting my back sliced open and my spine drilled into, I wasn't in much pain, the post read. Several other posts advocated surgery for the condition to other users. One post claimed that as a nuclear option, readers seeking surgery could convince doctors of its necessity by faking a foot drop or deliberately urinating on themselves. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little comment. That's kind of like insurance fraud, though, whatever. In another post in August 2023, the user remarked how his spinal injury was once completely devastating and worried he was destined to chronic pain and a desk job for the rest of my life before considering surgery. So he was concerned about his quality of life. That's normal. So, he didn't want to have to be like that. So in his early 20s. ABC News did not find any posts mentioning UnitedHealthcare, the largest U.S. health insurance company, in an online archive of the page appearing to belong to Mangione. But one post from 2018 referred to coverage by BCBS, also known as Blue Cross Blue Shield, and apparent reference to Blue Cross Blue Shield. In another post from 2023, apparently made 2 weeks before a back surgery, the user also referred to suffering from sciatica. I got caught in this loop for a year, all the while putting my life on hold in my 20s and damaging my nerves while I waffled on the decision. So he sounds like he wished he would have done it sooner. He had no regrets, according to what he said after the fact, even encouraging other people to get this procedure. So it was a concern about his quality of life. You know, people don't want to have unnecessary surgeries unless they have what Gypsy Rose mama had? What is it? Munchausen by proxy. Those people like to have but that's still a condition. Anyway. In another post from 2023, apparently I just read that, didn't I? The profile was also active on a community devoted to brain fog, which is also a byproduct of, pain and just, an overall effect on the person. You can't think straight when you're in pain like that. The profile was also, posted in 2018 about what he described as experiencing cognitive issues as a 20-year-old college student. And we ain't talking about ADHD. It's absolutely brutal to have such a life-halting issue. OMG. It controlled his whole life. This is not a, excuse for what he did. This is not that. I don't, support like that either, just taking, things into your own hands. Because, somebody could be trying to do me like that. I work in the pharmacy. People get mad at me every day about insurance issues, about, what is a prior authorization? I don't even know what this stuff is. That's what they saying to me. I'm like, I wouldn't know as much as I did either if I weren't working here. But I do work here. And like I said, that still doesn't exclude me from having my own issues with, insurance. They sent me a bill from this place that I thought was a hangover clinic. I never got a bill from the hospital when I went to get my iron infusion there. My UnitedHealthcare covered that. So I'm wondering too, this is just a sidebar. Sometimes these places, they just don't take your insurance. And that may be because of reimbursement or whatever reason. This juice place didn't take my They sent me the whole bill. I'm like, did y'all bill UnitedHealthcare? I'm doing the same thing y'all doing in my personal life. At work, I'm trying to walk y'all through it. But in my own life, hey, hello, how does this insurance work? Does it work? Let me know. The post referring to I'm not going to keep saying this. His spinal issue are consistent with other details emerging on Mangione's back issue, okay? What'd they say? Interviews with his friend Mangione have mentioned his spinal condition had a recurring impact on his quality of life. Yeah, that quality of life, that's it. You be like, do you want to live 100 years, with back pain, or do you want to live 40 good years, Quality versus quantity. In a perfect world, we would live 100 years, like we 20 years old, in perfect health, good health, but you never know. You never know. But it's like, what's the trade-off? There's so many things to consider. Then you don't know what they're going to take care of and what they're not going to take care of. But meanwhile, you still got this health problem going on. You still suffering from this back pain. You still, trying not to take all these pills because of this opioid epidemic. You don't want to be hooked on these drugs if you don't have to be. He's 20-some years old. He's moving around the world. He can't date. It's affecting his life, okay? It's like, okay, all of this is like, due to the health condition, which was out of his control. It wasn't like he was always in severe pain, but it seemed like certain things would trigger it, okay? The founder of his co-living space, where he lived in Hawaii, he liked living in these places like this, these hostels and, living spaces. In one Reddit post, the account appearing to belong to Mangione referenced how the issue became extremely painful after he went surfing in Hawaii in 2022. Another incident was triggered after he slipped on a piece of paper. Oh, I was going to say, the surfing, you after you have, surgery, or if you have a bad condition, you may not have to, you don't want to change your lifestyle, but some things got to change about your lifestyle, Not saying that it's his fault, because I ain't victim blaming on that either. But slipping on a piece of paper, felt like I hurt my neck like that one time. Mangione rarely complained about the condition despite its impact on his life, according to Martin. It was hurting, but he never complained about it and never really brought it up, which is, very honorable, at least in my esteem. Okay, yeah. On the X profile, believed to be operated by Mangione. The cover image shows an image of an X-ray depicting pins from a spinal fusion surgery. Y'all can see that on my thumbnail. A Goodreads profile associated with Mangione also suggested he frequently read about how to lessen back pain. Among the list of titles Mangione read or planned to read included Crooked, Outwitting the Back Pain Industry and Getting on the Road to Recovery. And Do You Really Need Spine Surgery? Take Control with a Surgeon's Advice. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. So that's it on that. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the chat, Jocelyn A. She says, hey, y'all. Hey. Get in on this. Get in on this. What do y'all think? So far, it's leaning heavy to he was stressed out about his back problem. At some point, you know, these insurance companies and they procedures about how they cover this, how they cover that, is always some kind of problem. You think like I pay y'all every month. I even got y'all on auto draft. What? For like this car insurance and all this other insurance like that. Now, the other people, they're going to take it out your check, okay? UnitedHealthcare, they're going to get their money out your check. But, you know, State Farm and Allstate and all them, they like, do you want to sign up for auto draft? I guess, shoot. Can I pick the date? Y'all take it out. I need y'all to take this one out on the 28th. Don't take it out. Don't take it out my first check. I need to do pay some other stuff with that. You know, do auto draft then. And eyes. Where you at? Hey, and eyes. What you think? What you think? We pay every month on this insurance, yet we cannot get a payout when we need it. It's like, okay, well, it's better to, what is it? It's better to have something and don't need it than to need it and to don't have it. Is that how I go? We got this insurance, you know, we randomly might need to use this stuff. And then what happens when we need it? They like, well, you're not approved for that. It's like, well, what the hell I'm paying for? Well, you're paying for this. That's not included in that. It's not. Who else can we talk to? Can we speak to the manager? They always want to talk to the manager. Who else can I talk to? Who else? Who else up in here? Who above you? They ask me that all the time too. I'll be like, the person that's above me, they don't work up in here. And they can't help you with this issue that you got going on right now. That's what, if I can't help you, nobody can, okay? Because that's how this works in the pharmacy. But whatever, y'all don't be want to hear that. And I understand because I'm telling y'all, I ain't want to hear it either on college people about this bill. I'm like, so my insurance didn't pay nothing? I'm like, they ain't pay nothing on it? Yeah, I told y'all, I know for like 2 years, we only had the option of choosing from UnitedHealthcare, different tiers of the same UnitedHealthcare plans, not Blue Cross Blue Shield. We didn't have Aetna. We didn't have who else they got? I don't even know no other insurance companies. UnitedHealthcare, they dominate. I mean, that's just the truth. Okay, so I know y'all don't know what this is because I didn't know what it was. Not like that. People don't really know what it is unless they dealing with it, you know, unless they have this condition. So let's look at a YouTube video. I told y'all don't know how to use YouTube. Like when you don't know something, YouTube is like, you know, what do you call this? A reference, like an encyclopedia. What is blah, blah, blah? And YouTube will tell you exactly what it is, or they'll take you to somebody that can tell you what it is. They got all kind of teachers on here and everything. Y'all missing your calling, I'm telling you. Let me do this. And this is this doctor. I thought his was cool. He had a good video, so I thought he did a great job of explaining it. So I was like, what is this? How do you say it first? If I'm gonna be streaming about this, I need to know how to pronounce this word. Still a little bit of a tongue twister.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Shen.
Let me know if y'all can hear it. If y'all still in the chat.
And and I'd like to discuss a very difficult term to pronounce. Spondylolisthesis.
Look at the phonetics, the phonics. Spondylolisthesis. Say it with me. Spondylolisthesis. Okay? Now say it 3 times fast. Psych.
In Latin, spondylo means spine,
Yes.
and listhesis means slippage. Spondylolisthesis means the abnormal.
Y'all got it? That's how we learn our medical terminology, okay? Everybody else too. Spondylolisthesis, slip. Got it? Good.
Normal forward placement of a vertebral body in relationship to another vertebral body. It actually is more than just a slip of a disc. To make that concept easier, if you place 2 same-sized rings on top of each other, that would be considered a normal orientation. When you look at the rings to the top or the bottom opening, you'll see a round circle. You can see how an object can pass through the center of the 2 rings, and the space itself is round and uniform. To demonstrate spondylolisthesis, have one of those rings placed out of alignment to the other ring, therefore causing that opening hole to narrow in size. The one circular hole is now more oblong. If you further displace the rings from each other, that oblong space will become narrower and smaller. That is the analogy of the effect of the spondylolisthesis. The vertebrae, or the bones of the spine, in the back consists of a ring that also allows the spinal cord or nerves to pass through its center. Well, if these vertebral rings shift on top of each other, just like the 2 rings shifting on top of each other, this is that process of spondylolisthesis.
Is this a good explanation or not? He's doing a great job.
It causes a potential narrowing of the space.
And just for those of you who are in and out of ghost watching, he's explaining to us the condition that Luigi possibly had, who's the CEO, murder guy. This is what he was suffering from, allegedly.
For the spinal cord or the nerves. Spondylolisthesis can be caused by ligament laxity or stretching that allows these vertebral rings to shift forward on one another. In addition, the discs have been compromised, also allowing this abnormal movement. Spondylolisthesis can be caused by a fracture of the back of the vertebrae in the area called the pars articularis. This results in the shifting of the vertebral rings onto one another. Spondylolisthesis can also be the result of a congenital development, in other words, you were born that way, or a degenerative development, in other words, as you age, your ligaments stretch out and the discs become more mobile, or, as we stated above, a traumatic event through the pars intra-articularis.
From what I read so far, I don't think that they gave us like his cause of his condition, but these are some possible causes of it.
I know the term can be difficult to pronounce, but this is a very important finding and can be a cause of back pain. I hope this video helped you understand the meaning. Thank you for listening. I'm Dr. John Shim discussing spondylolisthesis. If you'd like more information.
Man, y'all, give it up for him. Because I was like, okay, so, I mean, I know it's a spine thing, but like, what is it though? Did he explain this good or not? He did well. So somebody suffering from a condition like that, slip disc, you usually hear about this kind of stuff when people have accidents, whatever. These people are usually on chronic pain meds. Even if they have, they still on a lifetime, pain meds. They on, every 30 days, they coming in there getting their refills. Every 30 days, we got to get prior authorization from the insurance. So their frustration, I'm sure, comes from, the pain from the condition. Then if they come to the pharmacy, this is where, I come in and I'm probably a problem to a lot of people. Well, not really. I'm not a problem. It's the insurance that's the problem. Let's blame them, They come in with their prescription, it's every 30 days. with the opioid epidemic, we got to be, you know, kind of strict on how this goes. We got to follow the rules. Like, we got to follow the rules anyway. Let's be clear. But it got to be real strict on, okay, if your doctor writes a prescription for you every 30 days, you know, they need to try to get ahead of it and do a prior authorization, or get in the order authorization. We need that to last more than this month or 6 months. Can it be good for the whole year? I probably need to give some suggestions on how the insurance plans can make this a little bit smoother, you know, process for you guys as the patients and the insured, and for us, the pharmacy, the middleman between y'all and your drugs that you need, you know? Maybe I need to get in on it. I don't want to work for UnitedHealthcare, though. Clearly it's, you know, dangerous job. But so you come into the pharmacy, you looking at me, Nastasha, in Allen. I get this every 30 days. I know. Now, it's some overrides I know, some codes I can put in. I gonna put them in there because, you know, save you some time, save me some time. But it's some, they just block it. And when you tell me, I say, well, your insurance company wants some more information. Hold on, y'all. People singing Wicked in the background. Sorry. The insurance. What was I saying about the insurance? I forgot. Oh, prior authorization. I say, well, you know, we got to get a prior authorization for your medicine. You say, well, my doctor wants me to have it. I'm like, yeah, I know. Of course, they wrote it. I believe you. I understand. It's your insurance. I gotta be like, hey, it's them. They need more information. Or, oh, I just thought about this. Maybe it's their AI, their data, their computers that need more information. Because I told you, it's a difference between a computer just like giving a response to some, you know, straight across the board. Okay, every time we get a prescription for hydrocodone that's more than a 7-day supply, we're going to need an authorization. The computer doesn't understand that you've been getting this every 30 days for the past 8 months and you're not new to therapy. You know, it's kind of, you need a person to think through it, but they don't want a person in there that can understand this thing and decipher like, okay, well, you know, they want some kind of hoops you can jump through to get approval. But now that I think about it too, oh no, I can't say this because this is my job. But it's like, okay, if you don't use your insurance this time because you don't want to wait on your prior authorization and you want to pay cash, that's more money for the pharmacy. That way they don't have to wait on reimbursement. We don't want you. I don't let you do that though. If you have insurance, I'm like, look, use your insurance. You know, you pay for your insurance, use your insurance. But you know, they got all this good RX and all this stuff too. It's just it's a billion dollar industry. It is. It's money to be made. It's just like who gonna get it? Who gonna get it first? Who gonna get a bigger slice? Insurance, they kind of like, you know, leading the way right now. But that's what Brian evidently was suffering with. So we're gonna y'all get and let me know what y'all do y'all think that this was enough to like drive him to commit the murder, the pain, the issues with the insurance company? Y'all let me know about that. Because so far that's what I think. I think that's what it was. He's frustrated. He's separated from his family. Nobody was hearing from Brian. He went to Hawaii. He just couldn't get any help. So what happened after they when they arrested him? What did they find? Do we know what they found? Let me tell you what they found. Well, I was confused. I was like, did he have a backpack on that he left in the Was he just full of backpacks? I guess because he was always going to Hawaii or somewhere. Like he left a backpack in the park. Now he got another backpack at McDonald's. He's like backpacking, okay? He's just always with the backpacks. So let's talk about this. I know everybody's talking about Jay-Z right now, but this probably affect more of y'all than what Jay-Z got going on, okay? So Luigi has been charged with murder, right? And NYPD also charged him with possession of a loaded firearm, possession of a forged instrument, and criminal possession of a weapon, according to the docket. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office confirmed these charges. The forged instrument is the fake New Jersey driver's license he allegedly used to check into the hostel on the Upper West Side. Mangione remains in the custody of Pennsylvania Department of Corrections, pending his extradition to New York. He's not well. His face is red. We don't know if he's upset or if he's in pain. While he's in jail, you know, his issue is still going on. He still got the pain issue. And that could cause him to lash out, which is what they said he started to do in court today or yesterday. And his attorney told him to shut his mouth, like literally. The Pennsylvania Department of Corrections released Mangione's mugshot on Monday evening. In Pennsylvania, Mangione was charged with 5 crimes, including carrying a gun without a license, forgery, falsely identifying himself to authorities, and possessing instruments of crime. The charging document alleges that Mangione lied about his identity to the police and carried the ghost gun without a license. What is a ghost? I guess it's not a real gun, but you can shoot it. When Altoona police asked him if he had ever been to New York City, Mangione started shaking, according to the charging document. He didn't answer the question directly. There's a McDonald's where they found him just sitting in a corner eating hash brown. Mangione was on a Greyhound bus traveling through Altoona on Monday morning, sources said. When he got off and walked into a McDonald's where a witness recognized him from the images of the suspect circulated by the police. Now, so him riding the bus all that time too, I'm sure wasn't good on his back. I don't have back problems, but if I'm riding a long time like that, my back stuff might be hurting. Mangione was sitting and eating when a McDonald's employee reported him. New York City Mayor Eric Adams said at the news conference Monday afternoon, he matches the description of the person we are looking for. A customer thought Mangione looked suspiciously like the shooting suspect and alerted the employee, who called police, authorities said. Adams said they believe we had a strong person of interest in the shooting death. Officials later confirmed during a news briefing in Altoona Monday night that Mangione is now a suspect in the killing. This is him. This is the picture. I told y'all, they were like, we need to have him see it with his hood down and the mask down. I see him right here. I knew exactly what his hair looked like. Okay? Mangione had a ghost gun capable of firing a 9mm round and a suppressor, police said. The gun and suppressor were consistent with the weapon used in the murder. Okay, that's what the commissioner said. The gun may have been made on a 3D printer. There it is. Mangione also had a 3-page handwritten document that speaks to his motivation and mindset. Okay, that's what we're here for, right? It does seem that he had some ill will toward corporate America. This is him when he was working in corporate America. Authorities are going through his writings more thoroughly to understand his motive. Mangione also had multiple fake IDs with him. Where's what we're talking about? What it said in the thing. Police said 2020 graduate of Pennsylvania, blah, blah, blah. Shapiro. This is what I want to see. Hold on. Maybe I pulled the wrong thing. I understand people have issues with healthcare. Okay, hope is at today's blah, 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 blah. Sorry, y'all. Wednesday morning mask. Okay. Brazen attack. Where's the manifest? Is it on there? Okay, this is just a timeline of what happened. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull up another screen. That's gonna actually what they talk about. Well, in the meantime, I'll show this. So that's what happened for those of you who don't have the recap. There's the recap right there of the situation. But let's what do we know? What is this? Okay, I think this is. Uh-oh. Oh. Well, let me zoom in. I got it. Oops. Okay, what is all this? They trying to make me log in. I ain't logging in. Okay, here we go. The full manifesto of Luigi Mangione, who is facing charges for the shooting of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson, has been published. They're acting like it's a fake letter going around. Hopefully, Newsweek verified their information. I'm going to trust them. I think y'all can trust them too. The 3-page document was released by independent journalist Ken Klippenstein on his Substack blog and later confirmed to be a legitimate transcription by law enforcement authorities. In the handwritten manifesto, Mangione claims that he was acting alone and apologized for any strife of traumas that his actions had caused. According to Klippenstein, in his own handwriting, found him at McDonald's. This is his mugshot. Okay, here we go. Luigi's manifesto to the feds. I'll keep this short because I do respect what you do for our country. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. Ignore that. This was fairly trivial. The murder he committed was fairly trivial. Luigi, you're not thinking straight, buddy. Some elementary social engineering and basic CAD. What is CAD? What is that? Giles and A. Do you know what that is? Tell me what that is, Giles and A. He in computer science like you. I told you I gotta watch these Geek Squad. And a lot of patience. The spiral notebook, if present, which means he probably threw it out or something, or he left it out some other kind of clue somewhere. He's sending people on a scavenger hunt. I'm gonna read it straight through, y'all. I'm sorry. The spiral notebook, if present, has some straggling notes and to-do lists that illuminate the gist of it. My tech is pretty locked down because I work in engineering, so probably not much info there that he ain't getting to his computer. I do apologize for any strife of traumas, but it had to be done. Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming. A reminder, the U.S. has the #1 most expensive healthcare system in the world, yet we rank roughly number 42 in life expectancy. Again. United is the indecipherable. He probably said, United is the mother blanking largest company in the U.S. by market cap, behind only Apple, Google, and Walmart. Wow, places where you can actually like get a physical product. You can actually get what you can pay for something and you can get it. Like you get what you're paying for. UnitedHealthcare is making money like Walmart and Apple and Google. You know, when you put it like that, Brian, is it? No. The reality is these, they say indecipherable. I'm going to say, what y'all think he said? These mother blankets have simply gotten too powerful and they continue to abuse our country for immense profit because the American public has allowed them to get away with it. Obviously, the problem is more complex. but I do not have space. And frankly, I do not pretend to be the most qualified person to lay out the full argument. But many have illuminated the corruption and greed, Rosenthal more, decades ago, and the problems simply remain. It's not an issue of awareness at this point, but clearly power games at play. Evidently, I'm the first to face it with such brutal honesty. Jeez, Luigi. Hardcore. I want to read that. This is not a 3-page document. Along with the manifesto, prosecutors in Pennsylvania said that Mangione was also carrying fake ID and money on him when he was arrested. Y'all. What do y'all think the indecipherable was? Let's start there. I think it was MF. Like y'all know when Kamala was finna curse out the former president on the debate. This mother, she didn't say this mother. I think she said this. I think the indecipherable, the only thing I could think of that will fit there is MF. But I could be wrong. Oh, Lord. It's so many people out here that feel like him. I'm thinking, though, that was a driving force. He had a lot of issues with insurance. And when you have to have so many procedures, you got to be on so much medication, probably seeing all kind of doctors. He had been, very active and living his life. He was already upset, at the health condition, that he could do nothing about. He needed some therapy too. He needed therapy. A lot of times when you have these kind of health conditions like this, it's more of a toll on you mentally. Because it's like, I can't do nothing. My back just upset me, and I'm in pain all the time. Why am I in this pain? You don't have answers. Nobody can give you any answers. And then the answer they give you is you got to get a procedure where they dig into your spine and realign your spine. And I'm sure they told him too that there's a possibility if you have this procedure that you may not be able to walk again after you have it. Who knows? Oh, I mean to press that button. I pressed the wrong one. I should have pressed this one. I'm sure they told him all the risks that come along with having a procedure. And I'm sure one of them was, when we tap into your spine, this may fix your problem. This may be temporary relief. This may cause paralysis. I don't know this for a fact, but I know. Y'all know. Anytime they go into your spine, like, oh, do you want to get an epidural? Well, here's, the possibility of some things that might happen if you do. And then you're like, okay, well, what do I want? What do I want to do? And then I got to make this kind of decision under distress. And it's like, okay, well, if I had this procedure, it's going to cost me $1 million. Or the insurance only going to cover this certain amount of it. Or when I did my open enrollment last year before I had this health condition, I didn't pick the right thing. Now I can't work. I wonder if that's why it said something about he was working at some kind of car tech place online. And it's like, okay, I can't be doing anything where I got to be standing up for extended periods of time, but then I can't be sitting down for extended periods of time. He took his frustration out on that man. It's so sad. I think whoever it would have been, if he still would have had Blue Cross Blue Shield, he would have found him. Brian was only targeted because of his job, not because of anything personal. I said that. I was not right about that. I was wrong. I was wrong about that. So Yeah, so many things to consider. Do y'all know anybody that has any experience with any issues with insurance, with their back pain, with their other kind of pain, getting their pain medications? What other notes did I put on here? There's so many different ways to address the pain, but at this point he had reached his limit. You got to deal with insurance at every, aspect of this whole process. In the beginning, they start you out, they start trying to tell you do lifestyle modifications. Then they want to give you little stuff like little aspirin or Tylenol or ibuprofen, a lead. That's not doing nothing, Then they probably start stepping you up trying to do these steroids and steroid injections. And then, they start probably trying to do some kind of physical therapy. And then it's like, it's going on, it's ongoing, it's ongoing. And the thing about pain, it's only, we can't measure it, and it's not like, okay, well, if you take OxyContin, then it's going to take care of it. Or if you want these fentanyl patches, it's dangerous just to even be taking these drugs, because if somebody find out you got them and they take them, because we do have an opioid epidemic that's still going on, they could rob you because they be wanting those pills. So you get there and then you like, wait a minute, I'm only 23 or 24 years old. He can't date. They said something about him being intimate. He can't do nothing. Your back messed up. You messed up, okay? You need your back. You need the back. So then, they step you up on all these medications. Then it's like, okay, well, what else can we do? I'm running out of options. They're like, well, you can always have this procedure. Then they try to, they're going to know. They're going to let you know before they even cut you open if your insurance going to pay or not, and what you should expect to pay out of pocket. But you already been out of work because of the back. Then you got to be out of work even more because of the back and the surgery, the procedure. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I can talk to y'all a little bit about, the pharmacist's role in this. I did a little work today. A little. What do? We just talked. We just educate y'all as best we can on the medications that your doctor has prescribed. We know your doctor prescribed it. Tell your insurance that your doctor prescribed it. It is weird, though. It is weird that, your doctor writes you a prescription. Insurance say no. You say, why? Well, have they tried this and failed this? It's like, you're not the doctor. Like, for example, those of you who have been diagnosed with diabetes and you're taking Mounjaro, Ozempic, Zepbound is for weight loss specifically, even though it's the same active ingredient. They want you to make sure before they'll approve it, even though you're diabetic, you've been diagnosed, you've been diabetic, before they will approve the payment for you to take your Mounjaro, a lot of times you have to have tried and failed metformin, at least 3 to 6 months that you tried this drug and it didn't work for you. Or not that it didn't work for you, but that it's not, controlling your diabetes as well as it should. And because you just want to get on a Mounjaro, and you don't want to pay $1,000 for it, you want to pay $25 for it. But you got to show that you've been filling this prescription. They got to look at it and they're going to see like, okay, this person has metformin, for the past 6 months. Then, okay, doctor send your prescription in for Mounjaro, then they'll approve it. Maybe. Because sometimes even then, I still have to call them, the insurance company. Well, I'll call your doctor first. I'm like, they still not paying for it. Well, she's had metformin. I see it. Well, I don't understand. Me either. Call UnitedHealthcare or, send in the PA form. Do that so these people can get this medicine because they think it's me. I want them to see me on the phone with you, doctor, nurse, whoever, that I'm telling you that the insurance still not paying for it. Okay? I don't know if you want to call me back, call them back, let them know what's going on, whoever you want to call. So it's all of that with the insurance, and that's just diabetes. Imagine if you have, some kind of serious pain. Now, we do have people that be out here drug seeking, and I talk about that too. I don't know why people been looking back at that that short. I did that last year. It might have been the end of last year, but y'all can watch it. Look at all of them. Look at all the videos and see that people be drug seeking. And no, these drug seekers don't have a look, and they do have sometimes they have health conditions. Sometimes they just, they want drugs. So do y'all know of anyone? Y'all not talking in this chat. That's cool too, though. Let me see. I got another video y'all can watch. I'm just gonna let y'all watch these videos tonight. I looked up all kinds of stuff on YouTube. So like people who suffering from chronic pain, back pain, stuff like that. What is this video? Hold on, y'all. Let me see. What we know about him? Oh shoot, they was hating on this one. How do we fix it? This video got 2.7 million views on it. It's from last year. How to fix a bulging disc in your lower back. So they got three different type of spinal injuries. They got spondylolisthesis, then they got spondylolisthesis, and they got something else. I don't know. I didn't really look at it like that. But for those of you, I know a lot of people got sciatic pain. It's like they just want medicine for it. These people, the quality of life is not good. This is not an excuse for what Luigi did, because Brian had no control of that. But all of this was like, you're going to cut the head out the snake to prove a point to the world. That's what he was doing. And that's what he did. So let's watch this. Wait, do we have? I hope we have sound. Hold on, let me take this out of here. Okay. Should have sound. Can y'all hear me? This is what y'all can do.
At home spinal
I do this at home. This is not my medical advice, okay?
Compression stretches that can give instant relief for bulging discs and pinched nerves in the lower back. Hi everyone, Dr. Rowe here at Spine Care in St. Joseph, Michigan. When it comes to the lumbar discs, those shock absorbers in the lower back, it's all about pressure. The discs are built to withstand a lot of compression or up and down forces throughout the day. However, just like a shock absorber on a car, it can be overwhelmed through hard impacts. Think a hard fall, accident, sports injury, or just gradually start to break down through repetitive wear and tear. Once the discs become damaged, they tend to bulge or herniate since they cannot contain normal compressive forces. The result of this is an outpouching disc or herniation that will make contact with a nearby spinal nerve. This is the classic cause of a pinched nerve. So to unpinch the nerve, we need to reduce the pressure in the disc or simply decompress the disc. You can imagine if there's a lot of downward force being put on the disc causing compression, it's going to pancake the disc and bulge it out. If we do the opposite by pulling on it, it's going to relieve the pressure within the disc and cause that bulging material to come back in, taking the...
Hey, for those of you just coming in, we're just looking at some information about like back pain and this spinal condition, because our guy, now he's not our guy, the guy, this person of interest, Luigi Mangione, he evidently had a spinal issue that was causing him chronic pain. He had previous surgeries. He had been on all types of medications, allegedly. And this could have been like the driving force or part of his motive in committing the murder. So I just thought we'd share a little bit information on how to resolve some spinal cord from YouTube, spinal cord pain from injury from wherever it came from. But anyway, hello, Mr. Good. Mr. D says what? Good evening. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's back to it.
The bulge off that nerve. And we're going to do that through pulling or traction-based stretches. How these stretches work are by using your own body weight and gravity to aid in getting the traction needed in the lower back. You take the bulge off the nerve, it will start to heal, and you will feel a lot less pain. The main thing that we're going to look for while doing these stretches is less frequent and intense symptoms, but more importantly, what is called centralization. Centralization is a fancy way of saying when you put pressure onto a nerve, it will cause it to travel, such as a sciatica pain, into the leg. When you take the pressure off the nerve, the pain starts to move back up to the starting point, which would be in the low back. Nerve pain heals by slowly moving back towards the starting point. So if you're feeling less pain and the pain isn't traveling as far,
that made sense to me. Okay.
These stretches are working for you. So let's get started with them and get feeling better right now. So for the first stretch, you need to find 2 even surfaces. In this case, I just found 2 cabinets of level height, but you can substitute this by using chairs. So just put 2 sturdy chairs on the side right here that you're able to grab onto. So with this stretch, it's pretty straightforward. You're just going to grab onto the 2 ends right here and stand up on your toes, just kind of right on your tippy toes, and then drop your weight and support yourself with your arms. Just let the weight drop as much as you can. You don't want to engage the core muscles, the low back. You want everything to relax. That way the pressure is being taken straight down. So again, tippy toes, and just let the weight drop. What this is doing is the gravity is pulling on the back, releasing that pressure within the disc, and at that point, unpinching the nerves. So what I like to do with this is hold it for as long as you can. 15 to 30 seconds is a really good starting point. If you just feel like you can't support yourself, build into it to your comfort level and do it as much as you can. But you want to do this a couple times throughout the day just to help decompress the back itself. So another variation of this stretch would be to sit in a sturdy chair with 2 arms and then go right to the edge of the chair, put your feet out, and then just simply lift yourself up while putting the bottom weight on your heels. With this one, again, just let everything relax in the core, the low, and just let gravity take the weight down to help open up the joint spaces in the back, relieving pressure off the spinal disc. So again, what I'm doing is I'm just lifting myself up like this, putting.
Am I the only one that does this? Like well, every question I have, I'm like, let me look on YouTube. I'm sure they have an answer for it on there. I look everything up on YouTube.
Weight on my heels and just relaxing everything and letting gravity take it. Hold this one for 15 to 30 seconds if you're able to. Relax for a little bit in between and do it upwards to 3 to 5 times. You can do this stretch throughout the day as long as you're seeing relief with it.
Not everything on YouTube, because I know somebody gonna be like, these pharmacists, they looking up everything on YouTube. No. Some of the stuff I know from school, some of it is I look at my reliable sources. I have reliable sources where I look up my real information. But in my personal life, if I need to know, like, how to do something around the house, I'm looking it up on YouTube.
So this next stretch is very straightforward. You just need a level surface, such as a mattress, couch, countertop, anything that's going to be close to hip level. You're also going to want a pillow for comfort. So to start with, what we're going to do is put the pillow at the edge right here, and then just lying on it with our upper body weight. Let the lower body weight just be taken down with gravity. Just kind of use your toes right here to stabilize yourself and let everything relax. Hold this position for about 15 to 30 seconds. If you feel like you're able to hold it for longer, you're more than welcome to, especially.
Okay, I'm not fighting enough for this video. So yeah, guys, so that's what I've been doing. I'm looking at everything on YouTube. What we were initially talking about was Luigi Mangione. Now, you got frustrations with your own health condition, whatever your issues may be with your insurance. None of us like it. We all have issues with the insurance, even healthcare providers. Doctors, I feel they prescriptions, they kids' prescriptions, they like, I don't know, I just pay for it because they don't even know what kind of plan they got. Nobody, this whole insurance stuff it's rough on everybody. But unfortunately, like a guy said, the way it's set up, we have to have it. If we don't, everything will be so expensive when we can't afford it to pay cash out of pocket. Most of us can't. And then if they put you on a payment plan, you're still going to be paying forever. You be paying for it like you're paying for a house. But that's still no excuse. There's no excuse to go and take somebody else's. That wasn't. And I know people talking all on the internet and everybody, calling this man Robin Hood and cheering for him. I still don't. I didn't see specifically where he had an issue with, getting something covered. I didn't see that. And if somebody did, let me know. But I didn't see that anywhere. I could see, instances where he may have needed insurance. I didn't see where he was denied something. Denied coverage, denied a service because of lack of coverage. I didn't read that anywhere. I'm in conspiracy. I did not see that anywhere where he was going in for a procedure, John Q again, or pre-existing health condition, I didn't see anywhere where they said he specifically had UnitedHealthcare through his employer, or that he bought, or he on Cobra, or whatever. I didn't see that. I need to see it. I need to see it. It was coming together. I was tying it together. Now I'm like, I don't know because he didn't name. Oh my God, is he a plant? He came from a wealthy family. He had a job. He was working in Hawaii, traveling, staying all these different places. He had a spine condition. He was waffling on whether or not to have the surgery because of, possibility of things going wrong or having to be out. He couldn't be hiking in Hawaii. Do you say hiking in Hawaii? On all these exotic trips, going places, staying for months at a time. He said he didn't want to be on pain meds because who does? Who wants to have to take chronic pain medications, and you're in your early 20s? Who wants to take them like ever, Who wants to do that? Nobody wants to be injured in such a way, whether it's some kind of genetic, some kind of freak accident, whatever. Nobody wants to be on pain meds in their early 20s, especially when you've been an active person your whole life. You don't want to have to be on pain meds because you got a back problem. He never said UnitedHealthcare denied paying for this medication that I can't afford. He never said that in any of his posts. Those posts that he allegedly made on all these places. And Reddit, you can put whatever you want on there. Nope. Nope. No. This seemed like he a plant. Oh, y'all, don't cancel me. I'm finna say something. It might sound a little controversial, but whatever. Okay, they say he came from a wealthy family or a known family, whatever he came from. You ain't got to be that wealthy, okay? But people like Magic Johnson, you know, I love Magic, okay? Don't get me wrong. I love Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson be like, hey, I need you to come out to LA in Allen and hang out with me and Cookie and them and EJ and them. I'll be like, okay, Magic, I'm on my way. Send my ticket, you know, whatever. Tell me what time the flight leave. But Magic Johnson, you know, his condition, he's had it. He got money, he got the access to the best healthcare. He thriving. Let's be honest. Even when it was bad. He had it in what, the 80s, early 90s when it was like first came out and people was dropping like flies. He's not worried about if he can pay for his medication. Luigi, the way they talk about his family, and the way his family, because they didn't say his family, they you know, the public, people like y'all out here trying to pay for a lawyer for Luigi, but his family probably got him an attorney quick. Okay. And he doesn't seem like the kind of person, and I'm saying this, yes, I'm saying it, and I know I shouldn't say this, but I'm being real. And if you don't like to be real, then you know, I understand. But he ain't coming in there to the pharmacy and he can't pay for his $40 prescription or $120 prescription or, you know, $500 prescription. He got access. If he doesn't have it, he, according to, you know, what the social media and the news sources, what are they saying, he had access, you know, to money and to health care. I'ma just say it. So for him to be like, what did he say? Now, okay. What? Oh man, he out here being a wankster. Is he? He said, and then to put in the letter, now, okay, I'm in a conspiracy, I'm speculating. Stay with me. For him to be like, you know, shouting all this stuff out, you know, and leaving the monopoly money and referencing his book, this seems like a movie. He's not working alone. I said it. It ain't just him. It's not just him. His co-conspirators are probably the same people y'all asking about how he was as a roommate, how he was in Hawaii. We need to talk more to those people. We need to hear more from them. Because the guy the roommate that they asked, he said what? What did he say? He said because he didn't complain so much about his condition, you know, that makes him seem like a good person in my esteem. I don't know why he used the word esteem, but that's the word he used. It caught my eye and my ear. I'm like, you think he a good guy just because he ain't complaining about being hurt? A lot of people suffering. Physically, mentally, every day. They ain't complaining. They not shooting CEOs either. We're gonna look at it from, you know, I ain't victim blaming and I ain't victimizing, you know, whatever the opposite of that would be. I'm not doing any of that. We just speculating. And, you know, I'm just thinking about it from my own perspective, dealing with these people, you know, because that's part of my job every day. You know, I'm a middleman every day. What changes would y'all like to see? Would y'all like to see anything change with healthcare? How can we prevent stuff like this? We don't know. But I'm thinking, we'll never know for real what's going on. We will never know. Because at this point, Luigi is a martyr. And if Luigi start telling on people because he breaking. Luigi better be from Maryland. Okay, now I'm all in my head. I'm in my head. We still don't know what the hell he was doing in Atlanta. How he got to Atlanta. Where did he come to Atlanta from? What did they say? And why was he just sitting there in that McDonald's with that hash brown like that? He looked like this, like, okay, I did it. And again, I told y'all, I see these people all the time. When they get mad in the pharmacy, whether they mad about the service, whether they're mad about, the cost or insurance paying or not paying, they are erratic. They like losing it, okay? They getting mad. They saying all kind of crazy stuff up in there. They don't care who they say it to. I know how to de-escalate them. I do. I know how to match the energy and bring it down. I've been doing this for a long time. I just, you just got to have a certain type of demeanor. You got to know how to talk to these people the way they need to be talked to. You got to know how to talk to certain people the way they want to take it. Nina says what? Nina says, maybe he wanted to see a few places before he went to jail. He wanted to see Atlanta. We need to know, how did he get there? What was he doing there? Where did he come from? Where did he print this gun? On the last stream, somebody said you can print 3D items, I guess, in the library. They can't do that in Mississippi. I would think that it was some type of restrictions on. If it's in a public library, it got to be some type of restrictions on what they can print on those 3D printers if they in the library. You can't be printing like guns you can use real bullets in. Nina says he probably went to Magic City. Shout out to him. Magic City. He did seem like he was interested in a little bit of entertainment because, he was smiling with the desk clerk at the hostel. And now that you brought that up, you're sparking some thought. Now that you brought that up, he was always staying in some kind of group setting at this hostel. He's and how I spoke to you off camera about how I feel about these hostels. I don't like them. It just sounds like, you asking for trouble when you stand in a place like that. You sharing a room with it's like the real world. 3 strangers, coming together to see what it's like in real life. Like that. It seemed like the real world. Even though I said I was going real world. Once upon a time, I was going to try to get on there. It's like we strangers, but we, got the cameras. Even though they did have some incidences on Real World where, people did get put off the show. Police and stuff were called in several seasons. So Tammy was on there that season they called. She started all that. But anyway, shout out to Tammy Rome. So hopefully, he going to Magic City. I guess that was, on the bucket list. He needed to see some, must be, because it ain't, he must be needing something. I don't know. That's a great suggestion, Nina Simone. Maybe that's what he was trying to do. We need to know, because him and his ill will towards corporate America, I ain't buying it. I almost fell for it. I almost fell for it. I told y'all, sometimes I can, have some sympathy, a little empathy. I'm like, this man's suffering from all this health condition, this pain. I'm doing, I'm looking up like, okay, what could be, so the result of, someone having to deal with chronic pain. I don't have to deal with that. I have an idea, but what could it be? I'm like, okay, well, people get frustrated with the pain. Have I ever been in a situation where I had so much pain where I did something out of character Not necessarily, even though, I have had a baby, I had a C-section. But I was like, go on, give me the drugs. They like, you want it? I was like, yeah, they ain't trying to be acting all natural. Y'all be doing it. That's for y'all. I'm like, yes. Yeah, go ahead and give it to me. I don't even let it wake up. I don't want to. Yeah. I'm like, oh no. Oh no, something's happening. Give me the epidural. Give me that. Give me that too. Okay, yeah. Doctor said, do you want? I want it. So, but I'm like, I can imagine. I can step outside of myself and walk in Luigi's shoes, and I can understand how his pain may have driven him insane to make poor decisions to do something like this. But then when I see him, because, we have an idea in our heads of how people would react. And everybody doesn't react to things the same kind of way. He might have been, stoic. He's like, he's just dealing with the pain on the inside, meant he dealing with the pain in here. But it was hurting. It was affecting him. I'm like, okay, is this what made him do it? But then he just walked up way too calm. He walked up way too calm. And I'm like, was he shooting him in the back to kind of like, maybe I would say he wasn't aiming to kill him. He just wanted to hurt him, because it's like, okay, shoot him in the back. Maybe he just wanted to leave him paralyzed. But I think they said after the gun jammed, he kind of like, let me fix this thing, and then like shot some more. So he was intended to get a fatality, So this changes the whole tone of the stream, y'all. When I started, I'm like, okay, I was on this path. And then I'm like, wait a minute. What was his issue with the insurance? What was his issue? He didn't have one. All this other stuff seems staged. I felt like that at first with the shell cases and the monopoly money. Then I said, oh, okay, well, let's talk about this. Let's think this through. Maybe, something happened to someone he loves. Then I'm like, okay, well, he got a problem. He has a problem. He has spondylolisthesis. Spondylolisthesis. He has that. Oh, that's why. That's what I thought. Until I started thinking. I'm like, but where do they say they denied his coverage? They ain't say it. They haven't said it yet. I'm not going to be all extreme and be like, he never say that. He never had any problems with insurance. It hasn't come out yet. I'll say that. Jesse, y'all get into it. Y'all start digging into it, okay? Because right now, he can't use that excuse as part of his defense. He could try to, You could try to think about that until somebody else figure out, like, okay, well, how was he directly affected? Or did he get something with some group? Y'all, and to leave that note like that, to me, okay, now I'm gonna just talk it through with y'all. And now it's like, okay, I did this. This is what he put in the manifesto. It was just me. I want to apologize to authorities, whoever got to investigate this. I don't want to take up too much of your time. It's kind of like, y'all don't go investigating. There's no need to investigate this because here are the answers right here. It's just me. So don't look for anybody else. There's no need to look for anybody else because it's just me. Wink, wink, it's just me. I'm working alone. Why tell us that? You don't care about not using up the police time. Because if you did, maybe you would turn yourself in the first day, or you would have shot the man and just stood there and waited on the police to arrest you. Right? If we don't want to use up all the police resources, y'all, I'm in my head. If you didn't want to do that. If you didn't want to use up, okay, well, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to use up any resources. You don't get caught on the 6th day at McDonald's in Pennsylvania. You would have just stuck around the scene, right? And then just put that in a letter. It's feeling staged. It's giving staged. And to just be at McDonald's of all places, he had been all kind of random places, y'all. Even then, when he went there, the 10 days, why go there 10 days before you're going to commit the crime? These conferences don't even last 10 days. It's only so much they need to say. They probably do that over 3 days. And your guy, Brian, CEO, still said it was weird that he was walking across the street in a full suit at 6:45 in the morning. I still think that was weird. I'm not victim blaming. Don't start telling me I'm victim blaming. Okay, I'm not doing that. But anybody who's ever been to a conference, any of these kind of events, you know these people, they come in at the last minute. It's like, okay, it's the last day. We get ready to shut it out. We got the man of the hour. We got Brian Thompson. He's our CEO, guys. Come on, welcome him. He's like, hey, guys, shaking hands. Hey, y'all, we're going to make a lot of money next year. Keep up the good work. We working on giving y'all some of this $450 billion that we're expecting to get next year. Keep running out, keep meeting your targets. Because they got all kind of targets they came up with generated through AI and computer data. Okay. And from the previous year, we got to beat that. Every year they want to beat it. They set the target higher. You're like, oh man, we got a flu shot goal. We need to do 2,000 flu shots at this location. Okay, we did them. Next year they're going to be like, you need 2,500. I'm like, you know what? We ain't going to make it. Lower the bar. It's like that. These people, they come on the last day. They are definitely not there that early in the morning. And if so, what are they doing there? Oh, y'all. Let me see what he said. Y'all, y'all can watch it with me again. I'm just in here anyway. Let's look at his arrest video. Hold on. Because it's giving stage to me now. I almost fell for it. And I ain't that kind of person. I don't fall for that. Not that. I'm like, oh, he all right. He'll be fine. He acting like he's sick. I'm like, these people be acting like they sick. They still be mean. That's just me. That's my personality. Because they do be mean. Or they be like, he has mental issues. Or they autistic. Or they are what? Schizophrenics. Whatever. They bipolar. I'll be like, it's so weird that they have this mental health issue that, I saw some article they were telling me about at work. Well, about this young man, he's a special ed student, punched the teacher 2 times, maybe 3. Punched her 2 times in the chest and in the arm because she said, you didn't say good morning. Pop, pop, pop. They're like, oh, I say, he ain't gonna be in trouble for that. They're like, why would you say that? I'm like, he gotta do, something has to happen for that. You can't just do that. They're like, well, he's special needs, Nastasha. I said, it's so weird that he didn't turn around and give her a hug, They always retaliate. They always do come back with violence, Which leads me to believe sometimes they be knowing better. Y'all might not be with me on this, and I understand. Sometimes I can say things that are a little bit, on the dark side, whatever. But they don't They try to pinch you. They try to hurt you. You like, come here, give me a hug. They ain't hugging you back. They not smiling at you. They're pinching you. They're hurting you. They trying to hurt you. Why do they always respond in that way? This is something to think about. Maybe it's just me. Okay, but anyway. So let me pull this video back up because now I'm just like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe nothing though. If y'all got trust issues with everything. So let's see. Hold on. Who we got? Hey! Wait, can I click on this? What's wrong with my mouse? Hold on, y'all. Oh no, it's not dead, is it? That would suck so bad. Oh, hold on. Can I pull this video up? Okay, there's the video. There's Friendsgiving. Welcome to the chat. She says, hey, what is up? This case is going to be crazy. It is. Because I feel crazy right now. One day I feel like this, this morning when I got up, I said, you know what? Let me see what's going on with him. Because I'm still trying to blame Brian and Brian's wife, whatever. Like there's something more to this. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, he has a health condition. There's something going on with him. There's something going on with Luigi. Then I'm like, okay. The pain was driving him to be like that. We make up all kind of excuses for people and their behavior. So I'm like, well, he's acting like this because he's frustrated, because he's in pain, because he can't get any kind of resolution. And, he's doing this on behalf of everybody out there who is suffering from this insurance issues and, not having money and not having coverage and their health conditions. They can't, they don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. They suffering. That's what I thought. Up until about 5 to 10 minutes ago, I'm like, wait a minute, though. What was his issue again? Did they deny him coverage? I don't know if they did. And they may have. So far, we haven't heard it. Welcome to the chat, Friendsgiving. We got J Vine Media. Very interesting story. Yes. Good point. Thank you. This is, none of this is, everything I'm saying is speculation, okay? None of this is facts. But this is just something else to think about. And I just came up with it. So do with that what you will. Thank y'all for coming into the chat. Okay. So let's watch this arrest video again. Because now I'm just feeling like it's all staged. It all seems very staged to me.
A chaotic scene outside this Pennsylvania courthouse as accused killer Luigi Mangione arrived for his extradition hearing and erupted in an angry...
And who popped his collar? A man's
outburst.
Completely out of touch.
It's completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people. What's completely out of touch? What? This makes no sense. What's out of touch? Who is out of touch? What is out of touch and who is out of touch? Mr. CKB. Do you think he did it? I do. I think he did it. He says, hey now. Yeah, I think he did it. I think he did it. I do not think he worked alone. I think he's a part of a group. I think he's a part of a group. I think that he's the martyr. He's a part of a group. We need to know a lot of other things. Mr. CKB, you're an attorney. You can tell us. What do we need to know? You think it's a big conspiracy? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's what I think. But I'm a conspiracy theory. I'm not. That's me. That's my life. I don't ever take anything, on surface level. You so out of the loop? Okay, so this guy, random person who's never had any kind of criminal history, background, nothing. He shows up, 6:45 in the morning in New York, shoots the CEO of UnitedHealthcare in the back while he's supposedly headed to a conference. CEO of UnitedHealthcare, he's from Minnesota. He lives in Minnesota, down the street from his wife and his kids. Okay. UnitedHealthcare is also UnitedHealth Group on UnitedHealthcare. UnitedHealth Group is the overall, the parent company to UnitedHealthcare, which is, pharmaceutical, medical insurance, all that stuff, right? So that's also based in Minnesota. This guy was in New York for a conference. Usually these people, they have security detail. This man didn't have security with him, okay? He didn't have security. Also, what else? He stayed across the street. I don't know if he stayed across the street, if he met somebody across the street. I don't know. For this conference, he was on his way across the street from the other hotel. He wasn't staying at the host hotel. 6:45 in the morning, he's walking across the street in a full suit, headed to the conference, they say. I don't know. Somehow, Luigi, who's from Maryland, first spotted in Atlanta. First place they have him placed in Atlanta, catching a Greyhound bus, riding up to New York to the conference where CEO Brian Thompson is. He's there for 10 days, stays in a hostel with 2 other people, whoever they are, these hostels. You from New York? I don't know about hostels like that. Evidently, they in New Orleans. They everywhere. I wouldn't feel safe staying in a hostel, especially in 2024. Okay, you be sleeping with people like this up in the room. And he checks out the hostel, then he checks back into the hostel. This is on 29th and the 30th. I don't know when he shot Brian. Maybe it's somewhere around there. In the meantime, he's they got him at Starbucks. I don't know where else he went while he's there, but he's all kind of, he's sightseeing, if you ask me, or I don't know. Then he somehow timed it just right. He's talking on the phone as he's walking up. We don't know who he's talking to on the phone with. We don't know if this is a burner phone. They found the phone later on. We'll get to that. So Brian walking across the street, coming from wherever he was coming from, could be a walk of shame, could be whatever. We don't know why he didn't stay over there, or if he was staying at the hotel, if he met somebody at the other, we don't know. All this stuff is still, up in the air. We're not victim blaming, so I ain't gonna get into too much speculation about Brian, even though I want to. I have my ideas about what I think Brian was on. If, whatever. So then, Brian's crossing the street. Luigi's walking up at the same time. He got a hood on, mask on. Let me go back. At the hostel, the only reason we have a picture of Brian halfway with his mask down is because he's flirting with the desk clerk. I still think that the hostel is almost like an hourly rate hotel. That could just be me. So I'm like flirting all the part of it, you in a social setting. It's like you meeting people in the kitchen and, y'all sharing this common space and some of them sleeping on bunk beds and stuff. I don't know. I never been to a hostel. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm like flirting all the part of it. Is she in on it? At this point, everybody came in contact with as a suspect. If me, that's me. I'm suspicious of people like that, So anyway, Brian's crossing the street. Luigi, he's walking up behind him. He pulls out this gun. Evidently, it's not a real one. Something he made on a 3D printer, but it can shoot real, I guess, what did it say, 9mm? I don't know. I don't know about weapons like that. He does it in the back. And then it jams a little bit. He hit the thing like that. He's still calm, he chilling. And then he walks away. And then he gets on an e-bike. He probably walked away because he couldn't run. Now that I think about that too. If his back was bothering him all the time and it was affecting his quality of life, he couldn't just book out, get out of there, like book it out of there. He probably, okay, now I got it. So he got the e-bike. All this with a fake ID, all this stuff. He gets to Central Park. They still haven't found a bike. He gets out of there somehow, catches a bus somewhere. Then he's up in Pittsburgh. Then he's up in Philadelphia. Then he ends up in this place, Altoona, Pennsylvania, where they found him at the McDonald's eating hash brown in the corner. Some old men recognized him from the TV. I don't know how they recognize him like that because I'm like, he looked like a lot of other people I see. You know, that's just me. So, but I'm thinking on the 10 days while he was there, he was kind of like mapping out how it was going to go, or whoever he was on the phone with, whoever that was, because he was estranged, he wasn't in communication with his family or anybody else for that matter. I think he was out, they were getting everything together in those 10 days. Him and whoever he's working with. Making the IDs. They setting up the bike because he couldn't run. He couldn't run. His back was messed up. He needed the e-bike, but they still haven't found the e-bike. So when he got to Central Park on the bike, he left like some more little evidence, I guess. Scavenger hunt. Or some backpack. They said Tommy Hilfiger jacket. I wonder why they made it like said Tommy Hilfiger. Who really wearing it today? Is all of this? And then it's like they wear red, white, and blue. We can get deep into conspiracy. Okay? And some monopoly money. Shell cases left at the scene. He wrote these words on there from the book. Depose, defend, deny, I don't know. Whatever. Delay. This is what they say insurance companies do. Right? Still seems so staged to me. Then you got the monopoly money. Is it because UnitedHealthcare is monopolizing the healthcare industry? And they are doing that. That was true. And in general, what did they say? They're only behind Walmart, Google, and Apple. UnitedHealthcare is up there making money like them. And you don't even get a product paying for UnitedHealthcare every month. Man, this insurance is a scam, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying? We don't get nothing for this insurance we pay for until we get sick, unless we get sick, unless we have an accident, And then, they're going to come up with reasons why, you can't get it. You got to have this prior authorization. You got to have this. You got to have that. They still not, you still not getting your money's worth, really. But you are, because, like I said, it's better to have it and don't need it, right? Than to need it, don't have it. But then he's like, whatever. I could be keeping that money in my pocket until I need it. And I save it. He ain't going to save it. He said he ain't going to save the money. He'll save it. And then here he is now. He completely out of touch. Somebody's completely out of touch. And the insult to the intelligence of the American people. What is? It's a question mark like at the beginning of that and a question mark at the end, because I don't know what he's talking about in the beginning or the end of that statement. It's like, that's what they're going to write. Like, that's a headline. It's giving me that. This is a direct quote from the killer. Completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people. What are you yelling out there for? If this was a person, in my mind, that's just frustrated with healthcare, I just did what I had to do, I would imagine he would be quiet. The way the police were talking and the mayor and all those people yesterday, they were like, we want to bring everybody together. If it weren't for the good work of the people in the community and good old-fashioned police work, I need to stop before I get in trouble. Okay. So that's what's going on, Mr. CKB. I'm going to play the rest of this. LOL. LOL. Yep. Dude was told, hold my bag. Be back later. Yes, he was a part of the 3 or 4. They all are rich kids. Who? That stayed in the room? Wait, wrong one. Who? They out of touch. They don't know what everyday Americans are dealing with. I'm just saying. I know what they're dealing with because I see them. They get mad at me. Salute, thank you. LOL in the building. So, with all of that said, can an argument be made that it was not conspiracy, but rather someone using bits and pieces of help from others, unbeknownst to his plans, to plan this out? With all this said, can an argument be made? It's not conspiracy. What do you mean? It's that is not conspiracy. Someone using bits and pieces of help from others. He's using help from other people, but they don't know what his goal, what his plan was, that he was gonna murder somebody. I need a little bit more. Give me a little bit more, Miss CKB. Yes. What? Well, these people probably were like, because I would ask questions, and they're like, "Can you call me when you see the CEO walking out in the morning?" I'd be like, "What for? What you looking for that man for?" How do I get an e-bike? What's a good hostel that I can stay at? Like what do you? And what is this statement? Nah, the public, we not gonna go with that. So break this story down in pieces. I just did. I can't tell nothing better. Oh, you talking about what I think it is? Hold on. Insurance tries to do all that to make a profit. That is the problem. The Saints Healthcare should be their priority for their profits unless they know there are too many and want to mow the grass. Who? Mow the grass and reveal the snakes in the grass? So all I said, can argument be made that it was not conspiracy? I think it was a team effort. I think it was like, let's brainstorm. But okay, why would, if he himself didn't have a complaint or any issue with healthcare specifically, what is he doing? Why is he doing this? Unless he got brainwashed somewhere. That's possible too. We gotta throw out all the options. Because when you be in pain, you be vulnerable. You're more likely to fall victim, to brainwashing and stuff. I don't know. I don't have any stats on that. That's just what I think. Oh, you can Google how to make it? Okay, but you ain't got to order no parts or get it printed. How can you? I don't think you can print it. Can you just print it in the library? Okay. Starting with where the shooting happened. Who knew the CEO would be where he was when the slaying happened, and was that public knowledge? I imagine you can figure out when they got these conferences going on. I don't. We need to know, who had Brian's itinerary. But even if somebody had his itinerary, say his secretary or somebody, I don't know. What he got rid of his security. What you put on there at 6:45 a.m.? I'm gonna be, I'm gonna show up to the host hotel, act like I'm getting ready for the conference. Start time at 6:45. Who knew he was gonna be walking across the street like that? Who knew? Who knew? That's why I said if Brian was at that hotel across the street, we need to know who else was there. What was he doing over there? Because him and his wife were not together. They hadn't been together. They were separated for years. She had a house with the kids. He had a house of his own a mile down the road. But they had been living like that for years. So evidently everybody was cool with it. Unless he had a girlfriend. She probably wasn't cool. But somebody was at that hotel across the street. Who was that? You said drop the link. Okay, yeah. Yay, come and talk to me. Let's see. Really wanna meet you. Yes, y'all come talk to me. Yes. Let's see. Let's do that. Oh, and in the meantime, guys, the floor is always open for comments, corrections, suggestions, and complaints. Drop it in the chat. Okay, let's see. Mm-hmm. Is it in there? All right, I'll play this till while we wait.
An insult to the intelligence of the American people.
Chaotic scene outside this Pennsylvania courthouse as accused killer Luigi Mangione arrived for his extradition hearing and erupted in an angry outburst.
Completely out of touch. And an insult to the intelligence of the American people.
The suspect's shackled, but a team of deputies still forcing him inside. Mangione is fighting extradition to New York, where he's facing second-degree murder charges in the assassination-style killing of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. He's also facing local gun and forgery charges in Pennsylvania.
If you're an American, you believe in American criminal justice system.
Okay, LOL. Dudes, okay. Dudes will walk into position. One was on the phone, knowing Brian's every action. I agree with that because we still haven't heard anything because when the shooting happened, there was a person like on the side in the direction that Brian was walking to. There was somebody right there. Who was that? Have we questioned that person? They got all the CCTV in New York. I'm sure we got a picture of whoever that is somewhere. Because but the video they show it, the person always look kind of blurred out. But there gotta be some kind of, facial recognition software, something where we can see who that was. Cause the timing was just perfect. There's no way. And what was he doing those 10 days? Why did he go up there so early? Why did he ride the bus up there from Atlanta? He said on the phone walking is crazy. He was like that. He was on the phone. He was on the phone. And they found the phone in the park too, I think. With the backpack, Monopoly money, and the jacket. Why leave your jacket? It's cold in New York. It's cold in Mississippi right now. It's been like 30 degrees, 40 degrees, It's cold enough. It probably ain't feeling like no New York because, but it's cold enough. Why throw the jacket down? Or leave the jacket? His accomplice on his side. Who? Wherever they at. Let me see if he had time I dropped the link like he was coming up. Anyway, y'all think about this a little bit. Cause at this point, I started out one way. Now I'm just completely You said look at the video? The video of the first video, the incident. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Let me pull this down. Cause now you got me thinking. Okay, here's a compass on his side. Okay. Let me see. Now I gotta find this video. I probably shouldn't be showing that on here. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Where they actually show it. They got the Unabomber. They saying all kind of stuff on here. Let's see. It's CBS. Where is it at? Let's see. Somewhere they were showing it. I don't know. Do I want to show it? I had it the other day. I don't know. You say walking with the phone. Right. It just seems like there were other people there. Yeah. And just how he was just cruising, like just then walked away, got his bike, went on to the park, got lost. Dude is 12 feet away from him. Yeah. How did he know? Well, I guess he could have found out where he was staying. Somebody else was working with him. I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. And it's just interesting that he said in that letter, and it's manifest, I'm working alone. Nobody's working with me. I want to save y'all some time and some money and resources, okay? I'm sorry, y'all. I did what I had to do. I did what needed to be done. But you didn't. And like I said, what is his particular issue? Because he ain't just seem like, he's active as a man of the people. What was he doing this for? He was just trying to help. Help who? He's out of touch. If he's living his life that he lived, before all of this, he's out of touch with everyday my fellow Americans. He's out of touch. Oh, you trying to help? No, I appreciate your help. I'm talking about Luigi now. Who was Luigi helping? What was Luigi doing? Yes. LOVEYOU. Always. Okay. I lost it. But yeah, I don't. He's anti-American, anti-corporate America. He was working in corporate America. Then he went to Hawaii. I wonder if he got brainwashed in Hawaii. Not saying he was brainwashed. Nobody said that. I'm just trying to come up with different motives. I'm speculating. People supporting the shooter. Free Mangione. Y'all, the people that's on Free Mangione, why did he do this? Why did he do this? Maybe it's going to come out later on, then I'll, retract my statements, which I haven't said anything extreme. All I'm saying is, what was his healthcare issue? That's all I'm saying. What was his issue? He wanted to have a procedure. He had the procedure. If he had to take pain meds, he seemed like he could pay for them. He doesn't have a court-appointed attorney. He hired him. Somebody hired him. Hey, can you hear me? I can't hear you. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna just hit. It's gonna bring your ads to the stage. Hey,
what's up, Shorty? You gotta pull me up. One of the things about StreamYard is really hard to make out what you're like saying in the back. I still don't know how to do that. But
okay, because I'm like, I can't hear you back there.
Yeah, okay. Up? Yo, listen. First off, thanks for bringing me up. I appreciate it. Listen, I'm a fan, super duper fan.
Thank you.
So I'm out of the loop of this story, right? And I kind of, one of the reasons why I didn't necessarily take the time to even really get to know it is because, the American sentiment is so like anti-rich. right? A lot of people don't even know the true background, much less have any proof to the alleged allegations that this guy is this, monstrous guy, or health insurance is this, piranha kind of thing. It's just the fact that he's rich, and you're down with the rich. So I didn't think it would be a story that I would want to cover, because I didn't think it'd get the attention. In fact, as the Jay-Z and Diddy thing came out, so that's kind of where my focus was. But what I want, I appreciate you giving some like background, because again, I wasn't necessarily really familiar, other than what the little rumblings that I would hear. It's just that when you said conspiracy, because I caught that part. See, the problem with conspiracies is really, really hard. Can you hear me? Hold on.
Yeah, I can you.
Hold up. I don't even have. Hold on. I'm fucking bugging out. Give me a second. I didn't even set my damn mics up and shit. I got you on my laptop mic. Give me a second. Let me set this thing up right.
I think the word Luigi used was parasites. That's what he called them.
I got you.
He called them corporate America parasites. Yes. Can't hear you now. No sound.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now we can. We're good.
Pardon me. I had to put this damn robe. This what's the name robe? In any event, so one of the things that you said when you talk about the conspiracy is it was a conspiracy. Now I question that, because I kind of know, as you know, I'm in the criminal defense world, and the way in which you map out a conspiracy is not as easy as one would think. And more importantly, when you're in a conspiracy and then it's a law enforcement investigation about you particularly, notwithstanding whether or not this conspiracy existed, but as they investigate you, they easily unravel the conspiracy. Because remember, they have to build up to get your identity as to who are you. Like, so just as well as, for example, they may get some breadcrumbs from some, house recording or street light recording, or any other recording to track you down from the actual scene of the slaying through to the part of which how you got there, right? And they're tracking you down, and as you said, he try to use the bike, an e-bike, or he may use the fake IDs. Rest assured that the law enforcement is also investigating how he got that, right? Whether it's a rental car, or e-bike, or whatever way he facilitated this act, law enforcement is investigating that and how he got that, and what role did the parties that allowed him to get that played in this, right? So I've had a client where, and not to get too gory, I had a client who entered into like this murder revenge plot, and essentially the person that he was trying to do the hit with, he rented the car for that person, drove that person up, and then they did whatever they did and try to get away. They didn't actually know he had any dealings with it. They actually knew about the hitter, because the person that they tried to hit didn't die, and he named the hitter. However, trying to find the hitter, they found him, my client. And the way they found my client is because they traced it back, right? And they didn't know, like, this is no way to tie my client to this particular, victim, other than through the hitter. So in any way, long story short, the way in which law enforcement investigates a matter isn't just one-to-one particular person. They have like a team or group who would say, okay, I'm going to handle ballistics. I'm going to handle IDs. I'm going to handle tech. I'm going to handle the monetary aspect of it. So it's teams to it. And
so do you think that they have that information? They just not putting it out to the public? You think they're just investigating it right now?
So typically, because he was considered a dangerous individual, they're going to take him off the streets. But I personally believe if there was a conspiracy, the other individuals would already have gotten arrested. It wouldn't have been like, see how, because it's when you look at how this particular crime occurred, and as you was talking about it, I was doing my little Google and research. So they was able to find like a book with him, and a book described it was like a journalized book. And in the book, he said that he wanted to do the shooting as opposed to a bomb because he didn't want to get anybody else injured. They also found, the ghost gun on him together with some shells, which is where they was able to track the ghost gun with the actual case.
When you say he didn't want to get anybody else injured, but
yeah, that's what he wrote in this book.
I'm saying, but does that cancel out like people helping him though? Those are the
so no, that I think that was something that the media sensationalized to make him more human. Because I think it would have been a little bit more cleaner if he would have used the bomb as opposed to a shooting, because it's really hard to get away with a shooting, especially in New York City, because there's cameras everywhere. A bomb, it takes a little bit more work because they actually have to trace it back. The only problem is if you're dealing with bombs, it's like a death penalty. Well, it's not definitely in New York unless they go federal, but and also you have the likelihood of hurting other individuals trying to hit your target. Why that particular fact was put out in the media, who the hell knows? Maybe the cop wanted to sensationalize it to make it seem bigger than it was that was investigated, or maybe the media somehow got hold to it and brought that out. And also in the media, what the media said was, because all we could really go for the media, because we don't have like the police reports or anything.
Right.
The media also said that he didn't leave any incriminating statements once he got arrested, whether it was a PA, up until the point where they're trying to extradite him. Now, what that means is he essentially is either the prosecutor didn't want to mess this up and immediately, establish that, okay, we don't want no statements, we don't want to do anything, let's get him a lawyer, or he could have invoked his Fifth Amendment right to an attorney, and hence the lawyer comes in.
Does it matter that they caught him in Pennsylvania and the crime happened?
No, they could have caught him in fucking Dubai. That doesn't matter.
Okay.
That means nothing.
What
it does show is he had an ability to get away, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if he had an ability to get away and people helped him, those people would be brought into questioning or otherwise arrested.
You think by now they should have found them?
They know how he got away. I think they know. And the reason why I think they know, having dealt with clients that actually get away, and all the evidence that we get when we see how they got away, because it's listen, when I say cameras are everywhere, cameras are everywhere. And when the police have you, man, the police have you. Right? Okay. Because, listen, they do. And the technology, it's almost like a slap in the face when they give us discovery. When you look at how much evidence, how incriminating it is to see, like a homicide, see your client kill somebody, and then he runs off like a thief in the night. And then when you get the discovery, and you will have the police with rain camera footage, all these different footages, and they're like doing still shots, and it's like a rap video the way in which these cops put these damn cameras together, put the videos together. So because he was caught in PA, and he was able to trace him down in PA, because remember, they tracked him down through tips and all of the other stuff. Rest assured, they was able to track his movements once they got him. Because if he got caught in a McDonald's, right? McDonald's has cameras everywhere. Yeah. Rest assured that he was able to track how he got there, because you're not going to tell me you rode a bicycle from New York City to Pennsylvania.
I think he rode a bus. I think.
Whatever he rode. I thought it was a bike. Somebody said it was a bicycle. Because again, I'm kind of out of the loop with this.
Yeah, he had a bike with
If he had a bus, then they actually have to pay for it. He has to pay for a ticket to some capacity, whether it's cash or credit. Somebody said he had Monopoly money on too, like some fake money or something. I don't know.
He left that in the park.
Okay, well, I keep getting I got a little bunch of people, because people were asking me about it. But in any event, the point that I'm getting to is the police will know everything you're doing. And remember, this thing was, the way the media portrayed it initially was he was assassin that used a silencer, right?
I mean, what was it though? It was something on that gun.
Well, it was a made-up gun. It was a ghost gun. It was a fake gun. But the portrayal, like the media portrayal, because remember when the slaying happened, the footage came out like that night. Like, in fact, I remember leaving my office, and the doorman was like, "Yo, listen, somebody just got killed. The CEO just got killed. Be careful," right? So they was telling people that, and I'm in the financial district, so it's a lot of highly high profile people there. You saw SUVs everywhere, bodyguards everywhere, because people didn't know who was. Nobody knew nothing.
Okay.
Right. So because of that hysteria, you have people like the New York Stock Exchange is right there about. You have some really, really powerful people down there that runs, like New York City runs the state. Yeah. So with that hysteria, it automatically triggered like a federal task force and the homicide bureau. It triggered so many different things. They even had the governor speak on it because of how big it was, so to speak. And then also as the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, that's a big deal for somebody to take him out. So they're looking at competition. They're looking at to see whether or not it could have been maybe his wife. There's so many different avenues in which they're thinking. So they really want to make sure that they have a control over this investigation. So when you see that imagery of some guy or what it perceived to be a guy walking up to him, fumbling with the gun and then shooting him, and fumbling with the gun and shooting him, despite the amateur hour of that scene, it looked surreal in a sense that it looked like an assassin with a jamming silencing pistol. So that imagery put out so much energy to this that it wouldn't even be sensible to think that they didn't expel as much resources on investigating this matter as possible. So without being too long-winded, which I've already have been, it's hard for me to believe that this was a conspiracy and other individuals haven't been arrested yet, despite whether or not he talked. Because it's just too easy it's just to get away with a homicide these days is extremely hard. And I mean people that it's extremely hard, right? And to get away with a homicide like this, it makes it even more harder, especially how he created this like loner style, stalkish kind of thing. Now, what I was posing in your chat was I said, well, let me see what I actually said.
So if you don't think that with the way, I know you're still getting familiar with this case, it seems unlikely though, the way things play out, that he was working alone. In your opinion,
I think this is what I think. So this is what I was referring to. I apologize. Finish what you're saying.
Oh, I was just saying, with all the cameras and everything, the way he just walked up at the right time calmly and shot this man in the back.
So I don't think he was calm. I think he was excited, anxious, at the same time scared. I think he was probably I don't think he was calm, not to try to but this is what I would say. I think he tapped into a variety of different resources that he had to piecemeal this thing together.
Okay.
He possibly have, pillow talked it with someone. He possibly may have, hypothesized about it with someone. But the planet, I'm gonna take this guy out, it's hard for me to believe. I would go so far as to say that he stalked him.
You think he stalked him?
I think this was a stalking. I think this guy was a stalk. He stalked this guy. He developed some animus towards this particular man.
For what?
Because people that don't know do the craziest things. Right? Ignorant. You know how they say ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is extremely dangerous as well.
Yeah.
You have some people like look. This is again. This goes back to why I didn't cover this, because you have some people who are so happy that this death happened because in their mind, for whatever reason, they think this particular CEO has anything to do with why their premiums are the way they are.
They do think that.
And it has absolutely who the CEO is just like a
placeholder, a figurehead.
It's so business.
Yeah.
Like healthcare. And listen, I pay fucking high premiums, right? You think I'm not? I think I can't wait to pay this. You think I'm happy to pay this shit? No, but I understand a little bit how it works, and it definitely has nothing to do with what the CEO says or don't say. Right? The CEO cannot do anything to my particular healthcare coverage. In fact, you know how hard like when you go. Like you have, it's so many things that have to do with why your particular premium is the way it is, or why the coverage don't, why your co-pays are the way they are.
As a pharmacist, I can tell you.
Some people get coverage and have no idea what's in their coverage. You know how many, like, again, so one of the disciplines that my firm do is personal injury, right? So when you get, let's just say you have a trip and fall, you pull an Edel, you fall inside of a store, right? And let's just say you have, health insurance, because a lot of people don't have health insurance. A lot of people don't have anything.
They don't.
So let's just say you have health insurance. You know how many health insurance, like when you look at what's covered, like, you know how many men have prenatal care coverage? Men. In their health insurance. It's like people are oblivious of what's in their coverage.
They don't have.
And then they wonder why it's so high. Like, you're paying for shit that you cannot get.
Right.
And you pay for stuff that you can't use. Right. You have some people, I've seen people with health coverage and they have like a dental portion in it. And then they have dental insurance on the side. Like, or they have I've seen health coverages where you have, like, it's paying towards what was it? I think it was a life insurance. It was like some commingling of it.
They got short-term disability, long-term disability.
I seen one kid. He was like 32, and he had like hospice in his hospice. So people they're just oblivious as to how a lot of things work, and it is no fault to them because we're not educated to it. Like, I went to public school. They didn't teach me about no health insurance. They teach me anything. They taught me how to not get. I don't know, but they didn't teach me about this stuff, right? Yeah. So a lot of people are ignorant to this fact, and they truly believe what they believe, and based on that hype, they develop these animuses for rich people, and that's possibly what happened with him. And again, as you were talking about, I Googled just a bit that he had like some back injury where he needed to get.
Yeah, but then so with him, he was. An average person would believe that he was a part of that society because he comes from, wealth. Evidently, he had access to different things. So, what was his still? Is he out here being a pretender? Like, I don't understand what his reasoning would be behind. Of course, there is no rhyme or reason to it. But why would he? Why?
This reminds me. You remember the movie John Q with Is it Washington? This reminds me of that. And if why we want to romanticize and make this heroic, that's like this. Here you have let's just, if you want to parallel the two, John Q was a guy who was frustrated that his kid wasn't getting the coverage and his kid was on his death penalty and wasn't getting the treatment that he was supposed to get because his health insurance didn't cover it and his kid was going to die. That's the premise of John Q. And then he held the hospital hostage for the surgeons to provide this surgery or else, right? While we love Denzel and we love the idea that there's this father that worked hard and wanted to save us, it just doesn't work that way. Some people get covered. Some people get health insurance coverages, and like I said earlier, they don't really read their policy. They don't really know what's in it. And then let
me speak a little bit on that. They don't know what's in their policies. It does not work like that in real life, with insurance. In that case, with the movie, the child had a pre-existing health condition. That also increases premium, or they will deny coverage, minimize coverage. You could be a hardworking everyday person. That still doesn't change the fact that these are, this is the criteria for this insurance. You need to get a transplant. That's millions of dollars, or however many. That's a lot of money.
I don't know about millions, but it's a lot of money.
It's a lot. Yeah. And and ongoing care after the fact, they got to be on anti-rejection drugs. They got to be, keep going to the hospital. Yeah. All kind of lifestyle modifications to change your whole life, really. Okay.
Like, do you remember that movie where so they did the surgery, and then he gets arrested, and then the kids in the street doing a Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
Like, that's nonsense. Like, the whole shit is just nonsense. So because people have this bizarre belief based on who the hell knows what, they would very well believe that the slaying of this man possibly would benefit, or was like a listen, we've been getting effed around so much, so it's their time now. When that guy probably have crazy health insurance and crazy policies too that he can't
And
control.
it actually worked against us because if the 2 days, like for 2 days straight,
Go ahead, listen to God.
For 2 days straight, the stocks dropped. 5%.
I was literally, listen, that's so straight. I was literally about to look to see what happened with that damn insurance company.
It went into stock drop.
It dropped.
Which to me, probably gonna increase premium. They got to make that money back.
Make that money back, absolutely.
So it really worked against the people. But I could see how average everyday people would think that. But I'm trying to figure out what is his specific reason. Like he didn't.
Well, he better not say because he'll recriminate himself.
Yeah,
I know his lawyer, whomever his lawyer may be. So to be quite honest with you, they when you again, I don't know what evidence that they do have. Like obviously that'll come out in discovery or a trial if a trial would occur. But if you look at the footage, it's not the best footage. Fortunately for him, the gunman was masked up and you couldn't necessarily see his face. It wasn't a bare face. So everything would necessarily be circumstantial, right? So that's the fortunate thing about it. Now, if I was his attorney, I would definitely tell him to shut the fuck up, right? Mm-hmm. Don't make any statements. Stop with the, I did see, what I did see? I think he was walking in some county jail and a correctional officer was like kind of roughing him up a bit because he was saying something. Like he was either saying some vulgarity or he was perhaps yelling. I don't know. But if I was his attorney, I would tell him to shut the fuck up. Right? Stop running your mouth. But yeah, man, I think he, like many people, are misinformed and have this warped belief or warped perception of how this stuff works. And they think maybe if we threaten or scare up the power that be, perhaps it would be a benefit to the people at large when, I think the person that actually have more power and control over your premium is the people that's writing the underwriters. Those are the people who really have the power to determine whether or not you have a high or low premium, right? Right. You have the agent that's going through it with you. And if they're, or the policy writer, the person that's actually going through the coverage as you set it up. And then if they're like cognizant of you being a man and not needing no damn prenatal care medicine, if they recognize that, or you being 25 and not needing hospice, like those little things could possibly drop your premium a bit.
And not to I'm not supporting it, but you see so many of them. They probably do so many,
Yeah.
They're not like, going through each one line by line, it's like, okay, we got this, you got this, you got that, It's probably, like we do 500, 600 prescriptions a day. They all kind of, you see so many of them.
Yeah, they treat you like, well, not saying they, but it's almost like a car salesman. Like how it's a matter of, okay, well, how much you want your monthly to be? And even when I was, when you have to renew your health insurance or you want to switch or you want to get a better quote to see, like if you apply anywhere where you see, cheap coverage for $200, $300, 15 people will call you, right? Yeah. And they all push it. It's like car salesmen. And unfortunately, that's actually where the buck starts and stops. Those people and the underwriters, because once you get the person that's going to go through the policy with you, they actually have to then send it to the carrier to approve it, which is the underwriters. It's not the CEO. This guy is not looking at no policy to approve whether or not you qualify, whether or not you can get it.
To be honest, the CEO probably doesn't even know how that process works. Because I know as a pharmacist, we have had people that were our district managers, regional, whoever. They're not pharmacists. They don't know anything about drugs. They know business, but they don't know anything about our day-to-day, what we do at our jobs. So
right. Yeah, that's like with a lot of people. You have the line people, and then you have the people upstairs. I wholeheartedly get it. And either way, it's a unfortunate reality. Obviously, I just the response and seeing so many people applauding and cheering, and romanticizing this whole thing as if it's a good thing. Remember, somebody just got slain, and not broad daylight, but in public. You know, the man has children, he has a family, he has loved ones, right? And simply because whatever he did to get to where he's at, he's there. And you know, whatever negative press he may have had in the past, or whatever his wife may or may not have said, or whatever, people is cheering. And I, you know, it kind of like rubs me the wrong way about that, especially when you know it's coming from a sense of ignorance.
Yeah. Calling them Robin Hood.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna see how it play out.
But
yeah. So thank you, Mr. CKB. You know, I'm gonna wrap it up. I've been on here too long.
Yeah, you'll do some work. What is it? A reason why you always come out so late? Because I've been recognizing I haven't like necessarily been as active as I would like to be in your chat, but I recognize you always come on late. Is is there a particular reason why you come out so late, or is it just a work thing and this is when you're available?
This is when I'm available. Yeah, I work up until
Do you go on live Instagram?
No, I don't.
What about TikTok?
No, they finna cancel TikTok, aren't they?
I don't know. That's what they say, but they've been saying that shit for years. I
don't know. No,
they said if they don't sell TikTok by 2020 January or something, they're gonna I wouldn't go as far as to say they're gonna cancel it, but they're gonna try to seize it because it's a foreign entity that owns an American-based company, or a company that push that, you know, I guess caters to America, or and it's kind of manipulative or whatever. I don't know. I think it's really more so Facebook and all of these other platforms that are looking at that as, they taking too much of our pie, so let's get them out of it. And they're, you know, they lobbying for this kind of, they lobbying for it. So, but you know, all right.
Yeah, so that's why I'm on late. And then, you know, I got my little roommate up in here and the little dog. They got to get, you know, I got to get them set up for the night. So I try to come on here early. I was a little early today, I think, wasn't I?
I don't know. I caught you. I was headed home. I caught you. But I don't know. Whenever I came on, I said, "Hey now." I said something, and I said, "Hey now." Whenever that time, I realized
it was like 7:30 instead of 8:30 or 9. Everybody keep telling me, but I be living life. I still got my day job. You know, you got your day job too. Congratulations! Did I hear you pass the bar and all that stuff?
No, I didn't pass. Why you keep saying that? I wish I didn't.
I thought somebody said that.
The CLA said that. He probably heard it from somebody. I misheard it. I don't know, but I take it in February.
Okay, well, good luck and all that. You know, I'll be around. Come to the chat.
I'll be there. Sometimes, if you would come a little early, right?
I've got you on East Coast. I'm in Central Standard Time.
Where are you? Oh, that's right. Where are you? Hold on. Aren't you in Louisiana somewhere?
I'm from Louisiana. I'm in Mississippi though. I'm just here. But anyway, yeah, you know, we get how we live out here. Anyway, thank you, Mr. CKB. Thank you for coming up and being in a chair.
No doubt. Take it easy. I appreciate you pulling me up.
Thank you.
All right.
We had a guest. Y'all know we're so excited when I have a guest on. See, y'all come and talk to me. It's easy to talk to me. Anything else y'all got put in the chat? I see LOL has been doing it big in the chat, okay? What? Yes. So, guys, if y'all don't have any other questions, corrections, or suggestions and complaints, you know, I started a little early, so that means, you know, I'm going to get out here in a decent time. I still got other stuff I got to do. I got to finish this Christmas decoration. I got to get ready for work. I got a lot of stuff I got to do. But y'all know, as always, to my shout out to my research team. Y'all been telling me I need to talk about Jamie Foxx. I don't know how I could talk about Diddy and Jay-Z and them. I'm going to figure it out. If they say Jay-Z drugged somebody, I'm going to jump on it. But I kind of want to fool with them on Beyonce's internet. She owns this internet. Y'all see that? Blue in the new Mufasa movie? Let them have that right now. I ain't going to mess with the Carters, you know. I guess they goes. I don't know. Hopefully Jay-Z ain't doing none of the stuff they said he was doing. Now, did he? On the other hand, probably did. But y'all, it's always LOVEYOU. I love you. I love y'all. And what else? Thank y'all for coming to the chat. Y'all could be anywhere else tonight. But y'all gave me y'all time, and y'all know I appreciate that. Always. Don't forget to what? Like. What I say? Like. Comment. What else? Share. Whatever. Hit the notification bell. Somebody said they wasn't getting notifications from me. Did you hit the notification bell? You probably won't get notifications because, I just kind of just started getting back on here, at a consistent rate, somewhat consistent. Either way, guys, stay tuned. I'll be back before you know it. So we're looking out for you, girl. All right. What do I always say? These prescriptions, what they do? They keep piling up. These phones, they never stop ringing. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video or live stream. All right. Good night. Bye.